You studied hard, you scored well, you did everything right. Still, you haven't got into the top college of your choice.
83% of the engineering graduates were unemployed. Indian government is providing a lot of scholarships, but a lot of people are not aware about it. In many countries, you can complete your masters under 15 lakhs, 50 to 1 CR as a starting salary.
You studied hard, you scored well, you did everything right. Still, you haven't got into the top college of your choice, confused about your career options, and haven't yet cracked a high paying job. You're not alone. Today's students don't lack talent. What they lack is clarity, guidance, and the right direction. So, hello everyone, and a warm welcome to Casey's third podcast on Study Abroad Decoded. I'm Olivia De Mello, your host for today. And joining me today is Mr. Bipin Mukaddam, a senior overseas education consultant. He's got over 20 years of experience and worked across countries like Japan, Singapore, and Vietnam. He's joining us today to share his insights and expertise about why students should opt for studying abroad.
Hi, Olivia. Thank you. Thank you for having me here. Thank you.
So, Vipin, students today, they feel stuck and they're facing multiple challenges. Despite getting good marks, there is massive competition in the top universities. So, they are not getting good seats. Other than that, there is very less job opportunities as well. So, what is your take on this?
Olivia, I completely agree with you. There are multiple challenges which students are facing nowadays. First of all, if they have to get into very good colleges, it's very difficult to get into premium colleges in India because of the severe competition. If we talk about the top ranked institution in India, IIT Delhi is the highest ranked institution, which is ranked 123. So it's practically very difficult. And even if I talk about some premium colleges in India, if I talk about the global rankings, the rankings are somewhere around 1000 and above. So practically it's very difficult. But so that's a big challenge. Second challenge, I have been interacting with a lot of students. I give a lot of seminars. So everybody says they are very much worried about the job opportunities. You might agree. There was an article published in March 2025 wherein it mentioned about 83% of the engineering graduates were unemployed who graduated in the year 2024. So that's very much alarming. You can reciprocate that everybody is worried about jobs. So if I talk about the third point, which is very much a challenging thing for the students nowadays, is less salaries and high cost of living. The cost of living has gone up drastically. Students are on an average getting 3 to 4 lakhs as salaries. So, I'm talking about the engineering graduates. And suppose if that kind of salary, they move to cities like Delhi, Gurgaon, maybe Bangalore, Mumbai, Pune. So with 25,000 or 30,000, I think it's very difficult to sustain there. It's very difficult to live the life they have dreamt of. So the next big challenge, what I can foresee for students is the quality of life in metro cities. If I talk about metro cities, there is too much rush. They are overcrowded. You might hear about the long traffic jams, the long commute times. There are a lot of memes on that. Currently, if we see the AQI, that's a very challenging thing. Most of the metro cities, the AQIs are beyond 400 and it's very difficult to live over there. Next is, even if you are getting a job, a decent salary, work-life balance is missing. Sometimes people have to work on Saturday, Sundays, and they are sometimes not able to give time for their hobbies. They're not able to give time for their children, their families. So the main reason what I can foresee or I can tell you is India's population. We are number one in terms of population. The population is somewhere around 150 crores, but so there are very limited number of resources, but demand is very high. So what happens if there is a severe competition for each and everything? I'll give an example, smart example. If I talk about Australia, Australia is 2.5 times bigger than India, but if I talk about the population, it's just 2.72 crores. So you can imagine it's just less than 2% of what we have in India. So there is less competition. There are a lot of opportunities. So I feel these are the major challenges which Indian youth are facing nowadays.
I totally agree, Vipin. Despite getting great marks in JEE, NEET, CAT, CET, Still, students are not able to get into good colleges because of the massive competition. So, tell me, why do you feel studying abroad has become very popular these days, and why are students opting for this?
Yeah, there are multiple reasons why a student should study abroad. First of all, it's comparatively easier to get admission into premium colleges overseas because the competition level is not very severe over there. So I'll give some certain examples. Lakhs of people are giving NEET, they JEE, but they are not able to get into good colleges. So I'll give an example. There was a student who was very good academically, but she focused more on JEE. She cleared mains, but she was able to clear that. But in the main 12th, she got just 67%. And there is a criteria if you want to get into triple ITs or NITs, you need minimum 75%. So she was not able to meet that criteria. She came to me. I counseled her for abroad. We applied for 3 countries. And surprisingly, you won't believe that she got into University of Queensland, Brisbane, Australia, and the ranking it's 42 in the world, and she got with 20% scholarship. I'll give an example of CAT also. So a lot of people who want to go for management school, lakhs of people apply for that. But again, if you want to get into very premium institution, you need 99.8, 99.9, and it's very difficult to score that. And even if you get into that, you are spending around 40, 50 lakhs. Even if you go for some mediocre colleges for management, you have to spend 20, 25 lakhs at least. So maybe you can complete your education from outside in lesser cost in premium colleges. If I talk about second option, second benefit why they should study, it's practical based and industry focused learning. So foreign education is more about giving you skills. So they teach you whatever is relevant to the job market. You are taught by the industry experts, so you get the skills which are required for the job market. Third is studying abroad is transformative. You must have heard that growth always happens out of your comfort zone. So once a student leaves for abroad, their journey is complete. Their personality, their journey is completely different. They leave their comfort zones and they do a lot of things. They have to manage a lot of things. They develop independence. They develop time management skills. They are able to take their own decisions. They have to talk in English, so communication is improved, confidence. So there are a lot of benefits. So studying abroad is transformative, and most important part is excellent job opportunities, because foreign countries, they don't have a lot of manpower, technically competent manpower, so they are in need of a lot of manpower. They have receding populations, so they don't have manpower to support their own growth. So job opportunities are excellent, and last is the salaries are excellent. They get very high salaries, and I discussed that in India they are getting somewhere around 3 to 4 lakhs, but that is their in a year. But if we go abroad, that is the monthly salary. In some countries, they are even able to get for 50 to 1 CR as a starting salary. So excellent return on investment. So what else do you want? So there are a lot of options. Why there are a lot of reasons actually why you should consider studying abroad.
Great, Vipin. You've touched upon some very key points as to why today's students are choosing to study abroad as compared to studying in India. But still, there is one major concern which is there in students' and parents' mind. It is the cost. So many people feel it's very expensive and that they cannot afford it. So what's your take on that?
Olivia, I would say this is the biggest myth what generally parents and students have in their mind. So as per the recent data by Ministry of External Affairs, which which was released in this year, 2025, around 18 lakh Indian students are studying abroad. So that's a big number. So, and mostly they were from middle class or upper middle class families. So how do you think they afforded it? So there are numerous ways through which funding can be arranged. First is, a lot of universities are providing excellent scholarship up to 10 to 100% based on your grades, your academic profile. And there are certain universities which are guaranteeing some scholarship once you get admission. Second is, if I talk about the governments outside, they are also giving a lot of scholarship, particularly Government of Ireland. They are giving 60 fully funded scholarships, which their UK government, Shivning Scholarship, Commonwealth Scholarship, but which covers 100% tuition fees as well as the living expenses. So that is the second thing. Third, if I talk about Indian government is providing a lot of scholarships, but a lot of people are not aware about it. First, if I would like to tell you, is NOS, National Overseas Scholarship. Second is Rajarshi Shahu Maharaj Scholarship. NOS is funded by central government. Rajarshi Shahu Maharaj is by Maharashtra state government. Third is Minority Development Scholarship. This has been recently introduced, which covers again 100% tuition fees, living expenses, flight, shopping expenses, everything is covered in that. And we have sent a lot of students on these kind of scholarships. If I talk about next, modality of funding. So a lot of education loans are available nowadays. It's not necessary that you have a lot of bank balance in your account, properties to mortgage. You can get unsecured loan without any collateral. Next is, we discuss the salary levels are exorbitant once they go there, and they are able to recover the cost within maybe whatever amount they are spending, they are able to recover in just 2 to 3 years. So, and you'd be surprised that a lot of countries have a very less cost of education. Suppose if I talk about maybe UK, Ireland, Germany, in many countries you can complete your masters under 15 lakhs. So that's far more less than what you're going to spend in India, and with better returns. And nowadays twinning programs are there when students can start in India and finish their degree. So in India they have to pay less fees, and once they go there, the fees is on a high, they have to pay actual fees. So these things can reduce the cost or make it very affordable for the students. So it's not necessary that you should have a lot of fund. You should be from an affluent background. A lot of people are going, and mostly they're from middle class, upper middle class families.
Thanks, Vipin, for busting this myth that studying abroad is expensive. You've covered some very key points as to how students can actually afford studying abroad within their budget. So let's move on to our next segment. What do you feel are the key destinations which are currently trending and which students are basically applying to these days?
Yeah. So Olivia, I would say that instead of identifying which countries are trending, students should understand what are their requirements and what is their budget, and they have to do a thorough research and then decide which country would be the best, because every student's profile is unique. But still, if you want to understand which countries are more popular nowadays, first is UK. Again, UK is home to top rank universities. If I talk about top 10 universities across the globe, 4 are from UK, and if I talk about top 100, 15 are from the UK. Second is like they offer you 1 year master's degree, so you can complete your education in shorter intensive program time, and the costing would be significantly lesser. And they provide 1.5 years post-study work visa. That is the time given to you to search for a job post your education. So that is there. Apart from that, if we want to study management, if anybody wants to study management, it is home to the highest ranked triple accredited business schools, or it is one of the best countries to study management, and it's easier to get into. And third, last point, I would say they offer you excellent scholarships. Scholarships are up to 100% or 50%. A lot of scholarship opportunities are there. Next is Australia. I told that population is just 2.7 crores, so they don't have a lot of manpower. So if I talk about Australia, it is again home to top ranked universities. Out of 100, 9 universities are from Australia. They offer you excellent scholarships, maybe up to 100%, 20, 25 scholarships are very normal if you apply there. Next, post-study work visa is very good. If you go to Sydney, Melbourne, Brisbane, you get 3 years. If you go to Adelaide, Gold Coast, Perth, you get 4 years post-study work visa. And in some locations, you will get up to 5 years post-study work visa. That's very huge amount of time to search for a job. And lastly, if somebody is interested, they can apply for permanent residency as well. Next is Germany. So why Germany? So Germany, again, it's a technological hub. It is the strongest economy in Europe. So, and it is third largest economy in the world. So they have excellent job opportunities. They have 1 or 2 years masters. The cost of education is significantly less. And if you get German visa, you can travel to Schengen countries, 26 countries without any visa. That's one thing. Next is USA. Again, it's technological hub. It's home to the highest number of top ranked universities. If somebody wants to go for technology programs, techno management programs, so USA can be one option. And they again offer a lot of scholarships. Few of my students have got 100% scholarships, including living expenses there. The last destination which I would quickly touch upon is Dubai. It's coming like anything nowadays, because UK-based universities, Australian-based, US-based universities, they have campuses in Dubai. So you are getting the same quality of education what you are supposed to get. The cost is significantly less. It is very close by India. So that is again very much advantages. Students can come back to home on Diwali vacations or celebrate Diwali, Holi. Next, it's a very safe country, and it's multicultural, no language barrier, and so then they are giving excellent scholarships, so bring down the cost significantly. And apart from that, Ireland is there, New Zealand, France, Netherlands, and nowadays Japan is very much in trend. We are seeing a huge surge in the demand for these countries as well.
So students basically have many options to choose from: UK, Germany, USA, Australia, and then there are so many in Europe and Asia as well, which you mentioned.
Yes.
What about the courses? Usually we hear in India there is just doctor, lawyer, engineer. So are students going for these same courses, or are there other courses which they are exploring as well?
Yeah, so that's a very good question actually. If somebody wants to go for job, generally STEM-based degrees, that is science, technology, engineering, and mathematics-based degrees have huge demand. So generally, the foreign countries don't have manpower related to that. So if somebody goes there, then chances of them getting job would be much higher. But all engineering programs are there in huge demand: computer science, AI, data science, artificial intelligence. Then if I talk about mechanical engineering, electrical, electronics, civil engineering, huge demand across the world. Next, if I talk about management programs, generally MBA program is very much in demand. MIM, that is precious MBA. Then we have finance and accounting, that's very much in demand. Nowadays, logistics, supply chain management, it's very much trending and they have huge vacancies. Next is third category, I would say, would be techno management. If somebody doesn't want to go for technology or pure management, the third category is techno management program, which consists of maybe business analytics, project management, management information systems. So apart from that, if somebody is from civil background, construction project management, that's very much in demand. And next category is healthcare management. Generally, the healthcare systems overseas, they're not very robust, so they are in huge need of doctors. So healthcare management is one thing, physiotherapy, then nursing, then psychology. These programs are very much demand, and we are seeing a lot of people are moving for these programs. Even law is very much in demand overseas.
So basically, Vipin, students need to look at the job markets which are there and figure out what is the skill which is required, and accordingly move in for getting those qualifications to get those jobs in these high demand sectors.
Yes.
What about entrance exams? So I've got a lot of students getting very scared about these entrance exams like IELTS, TOEFL, PT, GRE, GMAT. So are they very difficult to crack?
Yeah, again, it's these exams, IELTS, TOEFL, PT, these are not very difficult exams. These are basically just English tests. So they just want to understand whether you can speak, write, listen English or not. So they are just bothered about that part. It's not very scary. And we have been learning English from our maybe nursery, first, second. So everybody is very conversant with the English. People may find it difficult to speak. But yes, with one and half months preparation, they can easily crack that exam. And if I talk about GRE, GMAT, they are required only for certain countries. Not all countries require GRE, GMAT. Particularly for USA, it is more required for top rank universities. But nowadays, we are seeing that a lot of universities have waived off the requirement of GRE, GMAT also. And the other part is a lot of countries, they don't require any test. Maybe they can give waiver for English proficiency test. So you might ask how it works. So basically, they check the 12th grade English scores, and if it is good, they assume that you are good at English. And few countries, they are offering, they also check if your previous medium of instruction or the modality of studies was English, they waive off your requirement based on the medium of instruction certificate. So it's not very tough to get admission. Like we have huge competition in India, but here it's comparatively very simple to get overseas, and the entrance tests are really very simple, and we can help you with that.
So Vipin, let's discuss on some real outcomes now. What happens after students graduate? Is it easy for them to find jobs? And are they actually getting jobs in these international countries?
Yeah, that's a very good question. But here I would like to pay emphasis that there are various categories of students. First category is the students who want to get a job there. So if I talk about those category of students, I would recommend go for the programs which are in the skill shortage list, or the programs which are in huge demand over that, so that it's easy for them to get a job. So we have sent a lot of students. So they have got jobs. They have received salaries, starting salaries from 40 lakhs to 1 crore. Recently, there was a student from Amravati. He completed 1 year masters in US, and starting salary he got was 1 crore. Apart from that, they are enjoying work-life balance. Many of them have applied for permanent residency. Even few of them have got citizenship also, and they are getting married. And I have attended few weddings also for the students who are there and got married. And so yes, there are a lot of opportunities, and they are doing pretty well. Second category is the category of students who they went there. They studied, they worked, gained some international exposure, and then they have come back to India and working here at reputed companies. So basically in India, opportunities are there, but sometimes people lack skills. So they get practical based education. After that, once they are able to get skills, they get some international exposure. Of course, that they get excellent opportunities in India also. Third category is the people who have gone there. They have studied the market. There's very shrewd category, by the way. So they have gone there. They have understood the requirement, what business opportunities or which kind of services we can offer to foreigners. So they have gone there, worked there for 1-2 years, tried to get networking over there, and post that they have come back and they have opened their own business in the similar domain, and they are serving clients from UK, USA. And the last category, I would like to say that a lot of people, particularly business families, they want to send their children for good exposure, because they have been learning things traditionally, that they can teach some things what their dads have told them. So generational past, the wealth which is being transferred generation wise. But if they go there, they get some new perspective, they get new business ideas, they are improvised, they can launch some new businesses, or they can upscale their existing business. So there are a lot of different requirements or category of students, and they are all doing very well.
So Vipin, you've covered very nicely how studying abroad offers a great return on investment for students. But how should students select the right study abroad consultant? Because guidance becomes a very important factor these days. There are so many players in the market. Why should they choose KC Overseas?
Yes, that's a very good question. It's very important to select right consultancy. You might have heard Neem Hakim Khatre E Jaan. I'll explain you what it is. So half knowledge is always dangerous. If you're ill or if you're severely ill, you don't go to any jhola chop doctors or the persons who are having half knowledge. You go to a specialist. Similarly, KC Overseas is a reputed name in overseas education domain. We have more than 27 years of experience. We have 65 plus offices across in India and 11 overseas offices as well. We have direct representations of 1,000 plus universities across 42 countries. And we believe in giving ethical guidance, because we understand it's a matter of a career choice for student. It's very important for them to receive right guidance. So we believe in ethical working. We understand the student's profile and try to give options customized to their requirement. If somebody wants to get a permanent residency, we'll suggest options accordingly. Somebody wants just get exposure, come back, so we'll suggest options accordingly. Somebody is having less budget, we are giving them options accordingly. Next is very important factor is that all the services which we provide are free. So the student, even if they want to know about how actually things work, so we are there, because a lot of people, particularly in tier 1, tier 2, tier 3 cities, there is a lack of information. People think there are a lot of misconceptions. So they even are afraid to come for counseling. So we are there to counsel them, and it's a free counseling. Apart from that, we help with the complete application, documentation, whatever is required. I told you about scholarships. Yes, we help them apply for scholarships, guide them for scholarships. Apart from that, visa is taken care by us. It's challenging task. Even if a small documentation here and there can cause visa refusals, and nobody would like to get a visa refusal. Apart from that, we have tied up with around 24 banks through our Elan overseas. So we help with the loan process. Again, this is a free service. Apart from that, we do a lot of services. When before they go there, we give them pre-departure briefing. We help them with accommodation. That's a very vital thing, because once they go there, they should have some place to stay. So we'll get them accommodation, also forex. So we are a single stop solution for each and every requirement for overseas education. So that's why I think it's important to choose right consultant. And yes, KC can be a very good option for that. And you can bank on us.
Great. So basically, KC is offering end-to-end services for students. And the most important thing is that maximum services are free of charge.
Yes.
So Vipin, tell me, how can students now take this journey forward? Like, what is the next step for them?
Olivia, I remember Sanskrit shlok. Udyamena hi siddhanti karyanina manoratha nahi suptasya sihasya pravishanti mukhyamruga. So it means that if a lion is hungry, if he's sleeping, automatically deer will not come into his mouth. So if you want something, you have to take a step forward and work for it. So that's the meaning of this shloka. And you might also have heard somebody has said, journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. So it's important that you take the first step. The first step in your overseas education journey, or maybe understanding the journey, how it works, can be visiting our offices. We, likewise, I told, we have 65 plus offices across different cities, so you can walk either in either of them, or you can attend KC's overseas education fairs. We regularly conduct such kind of events. So we will be having some fairs we generally conduct in Nagpur, Amravati, Chhatrapati Sambhajinagar, and other parts of the other cities, other states also. So what is going to happen? We bring a lot of universities into those fairs. So students, parents can come walk into those fairs. They can interact with KC experts. So we have few counselors who have more than 10 or 15 years of experience into overseas education. So that's quite a huge experience, and we can guide, we can give the preliminary information. After that, they can move to the university delegates, wherein they can get specialized information about their countries, their universities, what kind of scholarships they have to offer, so they can get end-to-end information. Apart from that, they can also know about the entry requirements. Then education loan booths would be there, so they can get all the information about education loan, and they can come and get discounts on overseas coachings, basically, whatever coachings are required. So instant discounts are there. So you can get end-to-end all the information under one roof, and these kind of seminars, sessions, overseas education fairs are very much helpful for to gather all the information. So I would urge all the students, all the parents to come attend that fair, because it's a free fair. So you can get all the information, and maybe you can take a step forward in your further education journey.
So thank you so much, Vipin, for joining us on this podcast and for this informative session.
Most welcome, Olivia.
I'm sure many students are going to benefit. And to you students, if you have completed your 12th or your graduation and are looking for a global degree, then KC's overseas education fairs are for you. To block your slot, register via the link in the description. And for more such important and useful updates, don't forget to like, comment and subscribe to KC's podcast on Study Abroad Decoded.